Is Clorinde as a hypercarry bad, aka C6 Sarah? Or am I coping extremely hard? Well, imagine if Raiden didn't have an initial slash. With shorter skill duration on Clorinde, is Keqing better now with full Electro Infusion uptime? So, the main upside for Clorinde is that she heals. So, you don't necessarily need to bring a healer, and in Farina teams, you get more fanfare. But like in Aggravate teams, you don't have to bring a healer. Which is a pretty sizable upside, right? The problem is they nerfed her healing, too. Is it that bad? Her healing without Farina is kind of underwhelming, yeah. Because, like, the thing is, healing bonus makes her healing significantly better. Because 10% healing bonus doesn't make you heal 10% more. Right? Because she heals 110% of her max HP. And or 110% of her bond of life. And she has 105% bond of life, right? Right? So she heals. So she has a bond of life 105, so bond of life. Healing is 110% of that. So net healing is 10%, right? Healing bonus.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
So what happens when you get 10% healing bonus? Your healing doubles. Because you get 10% more to your total healing. Which takes it from 115 to 127. But your bond of life didn't get increased by 10% as well. Right? And with Farina, you're going to average somewhere between, like, depending on the team, right? Somewhere between, like, 10 and 20. Which makes her healing, instead of 10%, like 20 to 30%. It's a pretty sizable difference. Is Clorinde as a hypercarry bad, aka C6 Sarah? Or am I coping extremely hard? Well, imagine if Raiden didn't have an initial slash. She's not bad, but like, she's not good either. You know? For me, streaming is the most stressful job I've had. But I never worked an office job. I worked in summer camps. I worked in a restaurant. I worked as a music teacher. I worked in construction. And out of those, by far the most stressful is streaming. But it's also the most fulfilling and the most fun overall. So 300 purple, like 300 heroes wits. Like 12 million Mora. Because we're including, like, the character leveling itself. 150 purple books. Maxing out a character is going to be a lot more expensive, right? Obviously, not every character is going to need to be maxed out, right? One thing I actually kind of like about character level 100 is that crowning isn't just gonna be like, oh, I really love this character, I'll give them a crown. Because one crown is like 7%, right? And it's not that insane of a deal, and you don't have to do it. But if there's 3 levels that require a crown, that's like 20% damage, more than that you're missing out on. That's a pretty big deal. But yeah, here's the thing, okay? And alright, I tweeted about this when I saw it. Yo, Hyperbloom, Oppa, wow, poggers. Okay? But I want to talk about something very quickly, okay? right now, we actually have level scaling for reactions triggered by enemies up to level 100. So assuming that 90 to 100 is somewhat similar for characters as it is for enemies, then you would expect base damage on Hyperbloom to go to like about 6k from 4.3. Your 30k Hyperblooms will do like 42-ish k. However, let me bring you guys back to 3.0 Genshin Impact patch notes. Genshin Impact 3.0 patch notes. Reduces elemental effects on targets affected by burning reactions. Now, what this means is that there is actual precedent for them like straight up nerfing an in-game interaction when it starts being relevant to characters in a new way. The release of Dendro made burning actually readily available, and that was the first time they needed it to be balanced, and so they nerfed it because they thought it deserved a nerf, I guess. I don't know. That could happen to the base level scaling for Hyperbloom as well, and other transformative reactions. And they might just make it a 10% increase instead, right? That's something that they could just decide to do. There is precedent for them doing something like that. So just keep that in mind. They better make Natlon random mobs so strong that Genshin becomes Dark Soul if they're releasing level 100. Omega. How much stronger does a weapon get? We don't actually know if they're also increasing weapon level cap to 100. So I ain't got a slide, but wait, have they posted any other changes? Full V3 hotfix info. Sijuin birthday added. Clorinde gains 3% motion value, and skill duration is decreased by 1.5 seconds.
Good things come to those who don't. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my
Nice.
the opposite is.
You know what though? I'm actually winning with this, right? This is so good for me because there's no fucking way I'm farming Whimsy. So I'm probably gonna have her on TF even in teams where you're not supposed to. So this is actually just straight up a good thing for me. Does it make TF better? Realistically, no. It's also a slight nerf to TF because 3% motion value is fucking nothing, and losing a little bit of flexibility in your rotations is kind of annoying. But I don't. It's not a big deal.